I mean, what you saying?
Hold up. Your window down.
I can hear you. No, I'm not. Here. No, I'm not. Talk to me like a man. Don't
I
disrespect
talked to you
me.
like a man. I went
First
back.
of all, let's start from number one.
Okay. Where's your gun at?
Right here.
Keep your hand on the steering wheel.
No.
If you have no insurance, it's a towable vehicle.
Okay. I was at the light, right?
Okay.
Did you not have your lights on?
No, I didn't know what you did. So I
Then
can't.
what did you see me do?
Stop it.
Listen, you asked
Lower
me a
your
question.
voice for
I'm
a
not
second.
yelling at you.
I stopped
I'm not
for it.
yelling
Stop,
at you.
so I can tell you what I was
I'm
going.
not yelling at you.
Are you gonna listen? Gangster car
You
turned down the street.
okay, but you held me up, so that's my problem. I rolled down my window. It's a problem.
Held you up. All this could have been solved.
If what? I didn't roll down my window,
listen.
and I submitted to you. I committed no crime.
Nobody's
He did, because I did nothing wrong.
Okay.
He said he flagged me. I flagged him down, which I did not. He's a liar. Did nothing wrong.
I asked if you had an emergency because you
No, you
flagged me
didn't.
down. Yes, I did.
I flagged you down.
When I went by, you went like this. I thought you needed something.
I rolled down the window and looked.
No, I didn't know what you did. So I
Then
can't.
what did you see me do?
Yo, what up, though? This is my first official YouTube video. I've been finding or trying to find a reason, even though I got a lot of shit to talk about because I'm a loudmouth, as you're going to find out, but I've been trying to find a reason to create a page, create a channel, that type of thing. And I found my reason why, because some shit happened to me. I'm going to let you watch the video in full, and then we're going to come back and then we're going to talk about it. But I'm about to jump into GTA to show you exactly what happened and give you a voiceover, because I think that is the best way to articulate to you exactly what happened and what was said. So we're going to jump into GTA. I'll be back. Okay. Now that we are into GTA, I'm going to show you exactly what happened. So, this is my truck, right? Not the truck I had in real life, but I was driving, but it's definitely going to be the fucking truck I'm going to have. But listen, right? You see that car over there? You can see it. I'm going to put an arrow on it, a red arrow. You see that car over there? That's him, right? I'm in this lane. The light turns green. I'm about right here. About to make my turn. Now, he is over here. I find when I'm about to make my turn, just before I'm about to make my turn, I see police lights. This is him on the other side of the street. So he does just like this. That's me right there. He does just like this. He's going slow. And then he's going slow like this. He goes around. He moseys around. Then he stops right here. And then he's just not doing nothing. He's driving real slow. Then he turns his lights off right when he was here. So me, I stuck my head. I'm in this truck. I stuck my head out the window. The intersection is just like this. I stuck my head out the window. I didn't say a word. And I looked back at him. As he did what? As he drove by. It was right around somewhere around this point. Right? So he must have looked behind or saw me at that point. He did a U-turn. And remind you, this is 2-lane traffic. He did a U-turn. I remind you, the light is red again at this point. I wasn't all the way up at this point, but I was. Yes, I was, because I bagged up. The light is red at this point. I saw him do a U-turn. I knew that he was going to turn around and say some shit to me or do some shit or whatever. He pulled up on the side of my car just like this. He was signaling to me to roll down the window like this. I already knew for a fact that if I don't roll down the window, he's going to pull me over no matter what, because this is related to him just seeing me, him just seeing me stick my fucking head out the window. So he's signaling to me to roll down the window. I got my son in the passenger seat. So he signals me to roll down the window, and I think he said something to me like, you got a problem, or is it a problem or something like that? I said to him, what you mean do I have a problem? You the one asked me to roll down my window. At that point, when that motherfucking nigga said that aggressive ass shit, I grabbed my phone and I started recording. And then he said, let me slow down something. So, when he said, you had a problem or something to that extent, I said to him, look at her, I'm still in my fucking car. He said, do you have a problem? I said, you got a problem or something like that? You the one asked me to roll down my window. Then I grabbed my phone and I started recording. And then he stuck his finger up. And then he said, you good or whatever? And I said, what you mean? And he says, I can't see who's in the vehicle. I said, so what are you saying? He was like, that's when he stuck his finger up and he said, pull over. And that's when the video starts basically about now. I hope that made sense, but the video starts now.
I mean, what you saying? Are you pulling me over? Turn your lights on. I got you. Nigga, chill out. Record this. So he mad because I rolled down my window because he pulled through in the middle of traffic. He stopped traffic and turned his lights on. After he turned his lights on, it withheld me from going across the light because I'm thinking it's an emergency because his lights are on. But he doesn't do nothing. He's just slow cruising and just not doing nothing. So when he drives by, I roll down my window and I look out the window. And then he spins around and he pulls up next to me and says, "You got a you need something?" I said, "You need something? You told me to roll down my window." And he says, "Yeah, I can't see who's inside the vehicle." I said, "Okay, so what you saying?" He said, "Pull over." I said, "You pulling me over?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, well, turn your lights on." And now here we are. This Dearborn. Dearborn Heights, actually. Keep recording. The fuck? So I don't know where my registration at, so. We're gonna go from there. So we've been sitting here for about 30 seconds. Well, not 30 seconds, about a minute.
Put your window down.
I can hear you.
Put your window back.
I can hear you. No, I'm not. Here. No, I'm not.
Okay.
My kids aren't here. No.
Okay. Where's your gun at?
Right here.
Keep your hand on the steering wheel.
No.
Okay, keep your hand on the steering wheel.
My hands are right in plain sight.
Okay, I'm telling you, keep your hand on the steering wheel.
They're right here in plain sight.
Okay, I stopped you because you have tinted windows, and it's not on your record. 1, 2, you're using a cell phone while driving. It's just, weren't you not videotaping while driving? Thank you. So here's your license. Where's your insurance?
I don't have insurance. And my registration obviously is valid because you can see that.
So you don't have proof of insurance.
No, my registration, I don't have it as well. I cannot find it. I was in an accident. It got knocked out.
Okay.
I don't know where it's at, but you can run in and see that.
Okay. You might as well call a ride because if you have no insurance, it's a towable vehicle.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Turn off the vehicle. Step up.
To me like a man. Don't
I
disrespect
talked to you
me.
like a man. I went
First
back.
of all, let's start
Okay.
from number one.
Okay.
I was at the light, right?
Okay.
Did you not have your lights on?
Stop it.
Listen, you asked
Lower
me a
your
question.
voice for
I'm
a
not
second.
yelling at you.
I stopped
I'm not
for it.
yelling at
Stop,
you.
so I can tell you what I was
I'm
going.
not yelling at you.
Are you gonna listen?
You were in the, I was stopped. I was
Yes.
in the process of making a right-hand
Yes,
turn.
yes.
I saw you with your lights on, traveling Michigan, right?
Okay.
Going west.
What does that have to do with anything?
Listen to what I'm telling you.
Okay.
You made a left-hand turn, but you already had your lights on the
Alright.
opposite side of Michigan, so I stopped.
Okay.
I couldn't make my turn.
You lowered your window, right?
Are you gonna let me finish?
Go ahead, finish.
You made a left-hand turn.
Okay.
I'm almost stopped in the middle of the street.
Okay.
Then I see you just slow moseying by.
I'm
listen.
looking for the Inkster police
Okay,
vehicle.
but you
I'm blocking
you
traffic.
asked me a question, didn't
Okay.
you? So I'm answering.
Okay.
You had your lights on. I was about to make my right-hand turn. You were moseying through trailers. I'm like, whoa, what the
No,
fuck is
I
he?
was watching the Inkster vehicle.
It don't matter what you're doing. I'm telling you what I saw in my
Okay.
perspective.
But my
You're
question is, what
mosey.
did you need when you lowered
Are
your
you
window?
listening?
I'm listening to you.
You asked me to explain, so I'm going
Okay.
to explain to
Listen,
you.
I just want to explain the last part.
You held me up from the light, so I rolled down my window, and I'm thinking like, what the hell is going on? Then I see you turn your light. Well, you turn your lights up before you fully cross. But I'm thinking like, what's he going on? You
Because
just
the Inkster car turned
you
down the street.
okay, but you held me up, so that's my problem. I rolled down my window. It's a
I
problem.
held you up. So emergency vehicle has their lights on. I'm sorry for your bother you. I'll help you out.
That's not the point.
What's the point?
The point is that it seemed as if it was an emergency.
It
Then
was
all of
an
a sudden,
emergency. Can I explain something?
then all of a sudden it wasn't. So
do you
I
say- how
rolled
do you-
down my window. Did I say anything to
Sydney.
you? No.
I came back to ask you what you need.
Okay, and then I said,
And then
I
you
said,
start videotaping while
no, I
driving.
didn't. No, I didn't. I
Your
said,
videos in your
no,
thing,
listen.
man.
What I said was, I said, what do you need? I said, you asked me to roll down my window, and then you said, I can't see who's in the vehicle. So I said, so what are you saying? You said, pull over. That's when I grabbed my phone.
You didn't have your vehicle.
That's when I grabbed my.
recording.
That's when I
you
grabbed my
started
phone.
recording.
That's when I grabbed the
Okay.
phone after you told me to pull over. I said, you pulling me over? You said, yes. You said,
My
turn on
question
your
is,
lights.
And you started recording, correct? You started recording. All this could have been solved.
If what? I didn't roll down my
Listen,
window,
listen,
and I submitted to you. I committed no crime.
Nobody said submit
That's not a total
You
offense.
didn't
I don't
listen.
have.
You said your side.
Go ahead and your turn now.
Okay. When I came down Michigan,
Mhm.
bro, I got my body cam on. You don't
It
have to worry
doesn't
about
matter. It doesn't matter. That's a foyer.
Okay.
Go ahead.
that. When he came down the street, Inkster police car had lights and sirens, so I blocked traffic for him. Stop talking.
I didn't see that.
I let you talking.
I know that. I can still talk.
Hey,
I
man.
didn't see that.
All
I
right,
didn't
listen,
see that. I'm
trying
telling
to
you.
help you out, but I'll throw you
But
the
if we're going to
vehicle.
converse back and forth,
We're
you
not
can't.
conversing. I'm
Okay, then what is
explaining
it
to you.
then? Then what is it?
I don't need to explain myself to you.
Okay, then why are we
You
explaining
need
that
to
we can
stop for
proceed there? Because I
emergency
did
vehicle.
nothing wrong.
Okay, but-
It said roll down my window. That's it. And then you had an attitude because you couldn't see the tip behind the window.
That's
I did nothing
No,
wrong.
no, I asked you if you had an emergency because you
No, you
flagged me
didn't.
down. Yes, I did.
I flagged you down.
When I went by, you went like this. I thought you needed something.
I
so
rolled down the window and looked.
No, I didn't know what you did. So I
Then
came,
what did you see me do?
I came down. I
What
came
did
back. I thought you needed something. So I came back to check on you.
Okay.
And that's when you had an attitude,
That's called pretext. I'm not stupid. Come on.
bro.
What is it? How you pronounce your last name?
Fayad.
Fayad. I'm not stupid, man. I'm
Okay.
not, bro. I'm not, sir. I'm not stupid by
Nobody
far.
said you're
That's
stupid.
pretext.
Pretext for what?
Because I had an attitude. If I would have just simply,
That has nothing to do with your
if I would have
attitude.
simply
I thought you
submitted
had
to
an
you
submitted.
kindly,
Stop, bro. Get your
kindly.
kids, and then we can
Okay,
talk to you.
okay. Hop out the car. So now I'm getting my car towed because I didn't bow down and submit. He said he flagged me down. He said he flagged me. I flagged him down, which I did not. He's a liar. So now he's this school resource. Now I'm getting my car towed. This is what I pay my tax dollars to. So. Now he got his homeboy coming. Stop talking and record this.
Watch them. Cause I'm gonna beat his fat ass up. I'm gonna beat his fat self up. I'm gonna beat his ugly self up. You're so ugly, now I'm gonna beat you up. Ah! Oh.
points for rolling down my window. For rolling down my window. You see that?
Yes.
Because I rolled down my window. Are you paying attention?
Yes.
Because I rolled down my window. This is why we're at where we're at. Because I rolled down my window. Because I looked. Because I can't look at another man. Yes, the fuck I can. Yes, I can, and I will. Because I rolled down my window. Because he acting weird. I rolled down my window to show displeasure. I'm in trouble. That's crazy. Let's get over with. Make sure you get that tow truck driver. Make sure you get everything that's happening. So if they damage my car, I can hold that responsible.
You've been issued a citation for no insurance, which is a misdemeanor.
You got my CPS license?
You're gonna get back.
Yeah.
You get back. You've been issued for tinted windows, unlawful tinted windows, and distracted driving. You have 14 days to contact us at court.
Where is my car going? What? I don't understand what you're saying. I'm asking you a question. I'm not talking. Okay, who am I talking? Who am I asking? What's the address?
Is you mad or did I understand?
close at 4:30. Okay. What time is it? I don't know. I don't have my phone on me. I think it's like 3:30 or 4 o'clock. I know.
You know the fee? What the fee is?
Huh?
What's the fee?
I drive. I don't have any of that stuff. Stop that recording. Stop that.
Okay, so now that we watched the video, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go do like a little commentary basically. And I'm gonna give you my play-by-play analysis of this whole bullshit. So after you just found out what happened, I showed you in GTA, you seen the video. Video starts now.
I mean, what you saying?
Hold on, I gotta oh, okay. Okay, so now let's watch it now.
I mean, what you saying? Are you pulling me over?
Did you see that? You see his thumb?
I mean, what you saying?
If I would have just complied and just said, "Oh no, everything is good," you know what I'm saying? Like everything good. No. I was just no, I'm straight. Everything good. Gave him a thumbs up. I would have never been in that situation. Never been in that situation. It would have been over right there at that point. But I'm not fucking going to because I did nothing wrong, and I know for a fact that you on bullshit. And sometimes, some of us have to take a hit. Sometimes it don't even do shit. I mean, at this point, obviously, this type of tyranny and bullshit is going on and has still been going on and has always been going on. We know this. But to expose motherfuckers like this because this motherfucker is dangerous. He is dangerous, and I wouldn't trust him. But if I would have complied right there at that very moment, everything would have been over and done with. If I would have said, "Oh yes, Officer Daddy, yes, everything good, we good," I was cracking my neck out the window because I ain't got enough room. You know what I'm saying? It'd have been over.
Are you pulling me over? Turn your lights on. I got you.
Never mind, you only grab my phones because after I rolled down the window, he was aggressive, talking about something. What is it? You good? Is it a problem or something like that? I said, hold on. What the fuck? So now he's pulling me over. He says he's pulling me over for tinted windows. And prior to that, he said he couldn't see who's in the car. So I said, what are you saying? And then he said, I said, you pulling me over? He says, yeah, for tinted windows. So now here we are. So I'm pulling into the parking lot at this point at Home Depot, and I guess I'm taking too long, and I guess he's impatient, so he wants to hit his little siren. So at this point right now, I am looking for my registration. Now, I was in a car accident back in September. Totally different, another totally different video. But I was in a car accident way back in September, and a lot of my shit was knocked out. So I don't know where a lot of it is. I mean, as far as my insurance goes and registration, that's what we're talking about, registration. I don't know where the registration is. The bitch just comes and goes. I got a picture of it on my phone, but I would never obviously advise you to hand your phone over to a police officer. I advise you to have them take a look at it. But most of them will probably not want you to hand them over most of them will want you to probably hand them your phone. But if you hand them your phone, what's going to happen? They'll probably drop it and break it. And the law says if they drop it and break it, they are not responsible, nor is the state. So be careful of that. You have it in physical form. If you have it on your phone, nigga might drop your shit. But I'm feeling around for my shit right now, and my ID is in my driver's license is in my inner pocket. So I'm getting my driver's license out and my CPL license. And my gun is in the center console. Just picked him up from school not that long ago. So, you know, they had a fucking, they was horny to do something. They just wish a nigga would. And I guess I was that nigga, so here we are.
So he mad because I rolled down my window because he pulled through in the middle of traffic. He stopped traffic and turned his lights on. After he turned his lights on, it withheld me from going across the light because I'm thinking it's emergency because his lights are on. But he doesn't do nothing. He's just slow cruising and just not doing nothing. So when he drives by, I roll down my window and I look out the window, and then he spins around and he pulls up next to me and says, "You got a you need something?" I said, "You need something? You told me to roll down my window." And he says, "Yeah, I can't see who's inside the vehicle." I said, "Okay, so what you saying?" He said, "Pull over." I said, "You pulling me over?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, well, turn your lights on." And now here we are. This Dearborn. Dearborn Heights, actually. Keep recording. The fuck? So I don't know where my registration at, so. We gonna go from there.
Now let's keep in mind the whole reason why this is even happening the way that it is happening, and this is even going as far as it's gone and gonna go as far as it's gonna go, is because these people, specifically Dearborn Heights Police Department, have been known to blow through lights, speed through lights, do all type of crazy shit, and they've killed people before. Not saying that this man was doing that, but just with that being established, I have a problem with these people. These are the same individuals that told me what they said that, oh, once my mama lost her phone at a park and we tracked it to Dearborn Heights. Long story short, the police officer was like, "You need to take that back where you from, or take that back over there or something." Assuming, like I said, I'm from Detroit without even seeing my ID, asking me to see my ID, see my driver's license because I'm driving a car, and she had no probable cause to see my driver's license. And I showed it to her, and I didn't know this type of shit back then. But now that I know this type of shit, I'm not standing for it. And he was doing something that just seemed like it was just dangerous for no reason. He going slow with his lights on with no sirens. So it's like, what are you doing? So I stuck my head like this out the window, halfway out the window, which is not smart. Why? Why is that not smart? Because then he gonna say you sticking one of your limbs out the window, possibly. I mean, what? But are you not allowed to stick your head out the window if you gotta look to see, or what if it's raining and you can't see out your rearview mirror? You need to stick your head out the window to look. You gonna get in trouble for that? I'm just saying, you could stick your arm out the window to fucking signal. Why can't I stick my head out the window? Oh, you just didn't like that because I showed you a disgruntled fucking face and you didn't like that. And you like, damn, how dare this nigga? What the fuck is his problem? Let me spin around real quick. Let me ask him what's his problem. So for clarification, he either said, "Is there you good or you need something?" But whatever he said in his tone, it came off very aggressive, or I would have never grabbed my phone. That's the whole point. It was very aggressive. So I'm like, oh, he on bullshit. So let me record. So here we are. So let's continue.
So we've been sitting here for about 30 seconds. Well, not 30 seconds, about a minute. I can hear you.
He said, roll your window down. Roll your window down. I said, no, I can hear you. This is what they do. Why the fuck do I have to roll my window down? You can't see who's in the car. You know who's in the car. You know that it's me, nigga. You know it's me. You know it's a kid in here. You know that. Because you saw him. I'm pretty sure you saw his little black head sticking up even though you in the Charger down low. And I'm only in a no bigger than an Explorer. But you know that. And you know who's driving. No, I'm not rolling down my window. You, as long as you can hear me and you can see me, that's the only thing that matters. And that's by law, that's all I have to do. I don't have to roll down all of my windows for you. I don't have to even turn off my car. When they tell you to turn off the car, you ain't got to do that shit. But let's continue.
I can't hear you. No, I'm not. Here.
Let's go back a little.
I can hear you. I can hear you. No, I'm not. Here. No, I'm not.
Okay.
My kids aren't here. No.
I don't even have to tell you that much information. You don't have to share that information with him. He already know too much. But he already knows the kid's in there. He know that. Or a kid is in there. He knows that. And if he don't, he gonna see when he get up to the window.
You're gonna
Right here.
He asking me where my gun is because I just gave him my CPL license. Michigan is a duty to inform. You are required by law to inform the police when you have a firearm on you. Now, granted, he walked straight up to the window. We had a conversation. I never had a chance to even say it. He asked right away, where's the gun at? And it's sitting right in the center console. So, let's continue.
keep your hand on the steering wheel.
No.
Okay, keep your hand on the steering wheel.
My hands are right in plain sight.
You are doing nothing but trying to demasculinize me. Did I say that word right? You're trying to demasculinize me in front of my Kids, that's not happening, nigga. You already about to probably disarm me. I'm already disarmed because I can't get to my firearm right now without facing the consequence of death. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not about. You already disarmed me. So no, I'm not. But what threat do I pose to you in Dearborn Heights and in the fucking afternoon? What threat do I pose? Nah, I don't pose a threat. So no, I'm not fucking gonna put my hands on the fucking steering wheel. I'm not gonna do what you say. It doesn't work that way. No. I ain't did shit wrong, and nigga, I don't know you. You a man walking up to my car asking me for my fucking papers, pulling me over with lights on your car. I ain't vet you. I don't know who you are. Already you on bullshit, and already you a criminal because you stopping me illegally. Yeah, you can say, oh well, he got tint. Oh well, he ain't got insurance. He don't know that yet. He doesn't know that yet.
Okay, I'm telling you, keep your hand on the steering wheel.
They're right here in plain sight.
Okay, I stopped you because you have tinted windows, and it's not on your record.
He stopped me because I had tinted windows. I have tinted windows, and it's not on my record, which means I don't have an excuse from the doctor, basically. I don't have an excuse from the doctor. So I don't have an excuse from the doctor. That's the reason for the stop, because he didn't run the plate. Because if he ran the plate, he would have said that, what, you don't have insurance. That was the reason why I stopped you. No, he said he stopped me for tinted windows, and guess what? He had a reason to stop me for tinted windows, because then what afterwards he could find out after he runs the plate, after he quote unquote pulls me over, then he could say, oh, well, I seen it was on record as Secretary of State, quote unquote, or I would hand him some sort of documentation stating the fact that I'm allowed to quote unquote have these windows that I fucking paid my money for. And they're right around with the exact same tint on their windows. But remind you, when I was pulled over by Dearborn Heights previously before this, the motherfucker told me that he's allowed to have the tint on his windows according to the Michigan Vehicle Code because he has a K9 in his car. So I asked him, I said, what does that mean? I mean, what are you saying? The same way I asked him, what are you saying? I'm saying, are you saying that your dog is more important than my kids? Or me? Is that what you're saying? That's basically what the fuck you're telling me. That is what you're telling me. So he said he pulled me over for tinted windows, and it wasn't on my record. So here we are.
1, 2, you're using a cell phone while driving. It's just, weren't you not videotaping while driving?
I videotaped because he's a fucking tyrant pig, and I knew it, and I'm glad that I did. And now he's stopping me for using a cell phone while driving. This is the shit that y'all do. This is why nobody cares about you. This is the reason why. This is the reason why when bad things be happening to y'all, this is why people don't be really giving a fuck, because this is the shit that y'all do on the side. Y'all terrorize people based off y'all fucking feelings. Like y'all are the feeling enforcement police. And I don't like that. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. Even though we know that the origin of police is way deeper than that. We know that, but let's continue.
Thank you. So here's your license. Where's your insurance?
I don't have insurance. And my registration obviously is valid because you can see that.
So you don't have proof of insurance?
No, my registration, I don't have it as well. I cannot find it. I was in an accident. It got knocked out.
Okay.
I don't know where it's at, but you can run in and see that.
Okay. You might as well call a ride, because if you have no insurance, it's a towable vehicle.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You such an asshole. So listen, so looking back, I wish it wouldn't have cost me fucking $500. But check this out, right? So he said that. Let's go back actually to hear exactly what the fuck he said.
As well, I cannot find it. I was in an accident. It got knocked out.
Okay.
I don't know where it's at, but you can run in and see that.
Okay. You might as well call a ride, because if you have no insurance, it's a towable vehicle.
Okay.
Okay.
He said, okay, so since you don't have insurance, you might as well call a ride because it's a towable vehicle. That's exactly what the fuck he said. Let's continue.
Turn off the vehicle, step out.
Turn off your vehicle and step out. Now here we are. Here we are.
Talk to me like a man. Don't
I
disrespect
talked to you
me.
like a man. I went
First
back.
of all,
Whoa, big dog, bag up, bag up, bag up. So now he asked me to step out the car. I think I'm getting my shit together or reaching in my car. Now he walks up and he's talking to me, and this is where we are.
talk to me like a man. Don't
I
disrespect
talked to you
me.
like a man. I went
First
back.
of all, let's start
Okay.
from number one.
Okay.
I was at the light, right?
Okay.
Did you not have your lights on?
Stop it.
Listen, you asked
Hold on. Bag up 10 seconds real quick. One more time.
to me like a man. Don't
I
disrespect
talked to you
me.
like a man.
Why?
First of all, let's start
Okay.
from number one.
One more time.
Stop the vehicle, step out.
Hold on, back up, Tim. Whoa.
To me like a.
Why is his hood down? Why is it? See, this is what I don't understand. Why is his hood down? The hood on his holster is clearly down, and he has his hand on his shit. I didn't even notice this at this time. But why though? Like, why are you so scared? Why are you so intimidated? You want to know why? Because nigga, you shouldn't even fucking be here having a conversation with me in the first fucking place. You shouldn't even be fucking talking to me. We and you shouldn't even know nothing about each other. But here we are. Because your fucking feelings is hurt because I looked out the window and I stuck my head out and I didn't say shit. I just looked at you. You fucking mad. So now your hood down on your gun because I got a gun in the center console. Luckily, I didn't have it in my fucking jacket. But remind you, prior to this, I was reaching all around in the car. I went in the car several times. Several times. And guess what? He never said, you get out the car, you reach around in the car, such and such, blah, blah. This after he said he was calling the tow truck. What you're going to see. Well, he already said it before that. But this is, I was reaching around the car. He never said nothing. He wasn't so scared now. And all of a sudden, we get face to face. He don't know what's going to happen. He might be just a little bit intimidating. He's scared. Fucking pussy. You shouldn't be talking to me in the first place.
Man, don't
I
disrespect
talked to you
me.
like a man. I went
First
back.
of all, let's.
Okay.
So let's go back again.
Turn off the vehicle. Step up.
To me like a man, don't
I
disrespect
talked to you
me.
like a man. I went
First
back.
of all, let's start
Okay.
from number one.
Okay.
I was at the light, right?
Okay.
Did you not have your lights on?
Stop it.
Listen, you asked.
Yeah, I gotta see. I have to talk to him like he's a child because I have children. And so I know the way that this game goes. I know how to put you in your place. I know how to check you. I know how to do shit without necessarily using profanity. I can, but I don't have to. You see what I'm saying? So I have to treat him like he's a child because he is my child. I have to pay for him somehow, some way. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. So he is my child, and so out of the moment, I don't have to pay for you and take care of you. I don't have to do shit for you, nigga. You my child, and I'm gonna talk to you. So hold on, let's start from number one. You fucking wrong. It's fuck. But continue.
Lower your
Listen,
voice. for
I'm
a
not
second.
yelling at you.
I stopped
not
for it.
yelling at
Stop,
you.
so I can tell you what I was
I'm
going.
The only thing he could tell me to do was to lower my voice. You wanna know why? You wanna know why? He had no comeback for me to tell. He had no comeback when I said this.
Number one.
Okay.
I was at the light, right?
Okay.
Let's start from number one. I
Did
was
you
at
not
the
have your
light,
lights
right?
on?
Talking to him like he a kid. You ain't had your lights on? You know why he has to tell me to lower my voice? Because now, guess what that tells me? That tells me that I'm in danger for talking too loud and possibly being arrested for what? Disorderly conduct. And we know that what? In Michigan, disorderly conduct, you will lose your CPL. You lose your CPL. You lose your CPL when you get a disorderly conduct charge for 3 years. If you've been arrested for disorderly conduct in Michigan, you are disqualified for 3 years prior to the disposition or whatever of that fucking case. If I'm not mistaken, it's 3 fucking years. So you'll lose your CPL for disorderly conduct. So I have to emphasize the point. I have to get the point across to him that what?
To me like a man, don't
I
disrespect
talked to
me.
you like a man.
I gotta get the point
First of
across
all,
that
let's
what?
start from number one.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm not yelling at you. We're going to establish that I'm not yelling at you because once we establish that I'm not yelling at you, it's already established because I said it because I don't give a fuck what we talking about because I said it. Number two, you want to know why it's established? It's going to be established when he doesn't, he has no rebuttal for what I'm saying other than to continue the conversation. If he doesn't say, yes, you are, you need to lower your voice. I'm not yelling at you. That's just your only comeback because I'm fucking you up right now. Because we shouldn't even know each other.
I was at the light, right?
Okay.
Did you not have your lights
Look at him. Okay, yeah.
on?
Stop it.
Listen, you asked
Lower
me a
your
question.
voice for
I'm
a
not
second.
yelling at you.
I stopped.
Did I just say stop? All I said was stop. Now it's lower my voice.
I'm not
for it.
yelling at
Stop,
you.
so I can tell you what I was
I'm
going.
not yelling at you.
Are you gonna listen?
You were in. I was stopped. I was
Yes.
in the process of making a right-hand turn.
Yes.
I saw you with your lights on, traveling Michigan, right,
Okay.
going west.
What does that have to do with
Listen
anything?
to what I'm telling you.
Okay.
You made a left-hand turn, but you already had your lights on the opposite side of Michigan, so I stopped.
Okay.
I couldn't make my turn.
You lowered your window, right?
Are you gonna let me finish?
Go ahead, finish.
You made a left-hand turn.
Okay.
I'm almost stopped in the middle of the street.
Okay.
Then I see you just slow moseying by.
I'm
listen.
looking for the Inkster police
Okay,
vehicle.
but you
I'm-
asked.
He said he was looking for the Inkster police vehicle. First of all, I don't even know what the fuck this man is talking about. So either it's one or two things. I am fucking absolutely blind, or he is a flat out fucking liar. But we already know the basis of why we here. He's a fucking liar. Or if we haven't found out, because he's gonna tell me in a second, because I don't think we got to that point. You gonna see why? Because I flagged him down. But let's continue. He was put on his emergency light so an Inkster vehicle or police vehicle or something could go by. I never saw this Inkster vehicle. I never saw it. He still uses emergency lights to steal. You just to watch.
You asked me a question, didn't you? So I'm answering.
Okay.
By the way, this could have been over a long time ago because I never even had to have this conversation with him. I never had to talk to him. I could have literally just let him do what it is that he wanted to do, tow my car, and move the fuck on. I never had to have a conversation with him. But I chose to because this conversation needs to be had because it's going to be me. You've got the right one today, I guess I chose the right one too. Needs to show your ass that you not fucking God. Y'all are not God. Do you not realize that you are literally a fucking person, that you are literally a human being underneath that shit? Do you not realize that? Do you not realize that you are a person without that uniform on? I would never identify you that as such. I don't identify you as in that authority capacity or figure anyway. But I'm just saying, like, without that uniform on, you're a regular person. So why not act like a regular person all the time? Just be chill. Yeah, you got the law backing you and 100 motherfuckers at a car, that'll pull up at the drop of a motherfucking hat the moment you fucking get on that motherfucking radio. But why you gotta do all that? Oh, because guess what? You are a tyrant at fucking heart. I don't care how nice you try to act and how sweet and he tried to get towards the video. He's a piece of shit. Because we wouldn't be here if he wasn't. He could have just said he could have took this a whole nother way.
You had your lights on. I was about to make my right-hand turn. You were moseying through trailers. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is he?
I was watching the Inkster vehicle.
It don't matter what you're doing. I'm telling you what I saw in my perspective.
But my
You're
question is,
mosey.
what did you need when you lowered
Are
your
you
window?
listening?
I'm listening to you.
You asked me to explain, so I'm going to explain to you.
I just want to explain the last part.
You held me.
See, he don't really care. That's the thing. They don't care. They don't give a fuck about you or nothing that you're going through, that you're trying to explain to them. They want you to understand that they are in control. It's their scene. It's their stop and everything else. That this is not that they are literally playing job with your fucking life. Listen to what I'm saying. These niggas is playing job with your fucking life. He signed up to control your fucking life, to have dominion over other people. Think about how sick and weak that is. And I wanted to be a police officer. I really did, especially out of high school. That's the first thing I wanted to do. No, it didn't have to be fired from my job, being alienated and seeing exactly how this shit really go. Fuck no. You got to be a sick ass person to want to be a police officer, because all you want to do is control people to some extent. You could say you want to help people, but you're not helping people, because right now this is not helping the community. This is doing nothing but harming the community, and that's facts.
Up from the light.
All right, let's continue.
So I rolled down my window and I'm thinking like, what the hell is going on? Then I see you turn your light. Well, you turn your lights up before you fully cross. But I'm thinking like, what's he going on? You just
the Inkster car turned down the street.
Okay, but you held me up, so that's my problem. I rolled down my window. It's a problem.
I held you up. So emergency vehicle has their lights on. I'm sorry for your bother. You held you up.
That's not the.
Okay, so now you see what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying.
No, it's a
I
problem.
held you up. So emergency vehicle has their lights on. I'm sorry for your bother. You held you up.
That's not the point.
What's the point?
You see what I'm saying? Condescending. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't give a fuck about nothing that I'm saying. He just wants to know, why would I buck up with him at him like that, and what's my problem? Why couldn't I just, like, hey officer, have a good day, be safe out there? No. You are not responsible for fucking protecting me. You don't give a fuck about me, because if you did, we wouldn't have been in this situation. I would be making this video, because this wouldn't have been the outcome no matter what the fuck I said. What the fuck I did. It don't matter. But here we are. So let's go.
You okay, but you held me up, so that's my problem. I rolled down my window. It's a problem.
I held you up. So emergency vehicle has their lights on. I'm sorry for your bother. You held you up.
That's not the point.
What's the point?
The point is that it seemed as if it was an emergency.
It
Then
was
all of
an
a sudden,
emergency. Can I explain something?
then all of a sudden it wasn't. So
How do
I
you say
rolled
it?
down my window. Did I say anything to you? No.
I came back to ask you what you need.
Okay, and then I said, and I said,
start videotaping while
no, I
driving.
didn't. No, I didn't. I
Your
said,
videos in your
no,
thing,
listen.
man.
What I said was, I said, what do you need? I said, you asked me to roll down my window, and then you said, I can't see who's in the vehicle. So I said, so what are you saying? You said, pull over. That's when I grabbed my phone.
You didn't have your vehicle.
That's when I grabbed
my
my
story, my story may be a little bit inaccurate, but I'm really hot right at this very, very point. So he knows what the fuck happened. He knows what was said.
That's when I grabbed my phone. That's when I grabbed the phone. After you told me to pull over, I said, you pulling me over? You said, yes. You said, turn on your lights.
So what? How could I could have avoided this? How could I could have avoided that and gotten out of that in that situation? I couldn't. Other than grab my phone, I would have missed this entire first encounter. If I would have never grabbed my phone to capture exactly what he was like and what he was doing before that, because everything was just fucking good before then, right? Everything was just good before then. But then all of a sudden, nah, shit just not good no more. So that's why I had to grab my phone. But guess what? If I had a dash cam, maybe that would have saved it. Maybe, maybe not. But let's continue.
Started recording, correct? You started
Now
recording.
he's trying to get me to admit guilt on body cam. I've already admitted guilt that I've recorded. This is what I'm saying. Like, they're not your friend. They're just always trying to catch you into doing something. Do you think that he wants me just to admit it so for the sake of conversation? No. He wants me to admit guilt, to admit that he's right, automatically open and shut fucking case, which my dumbass already did. But guess what? You have to make a sacrifice because I wouldn't even have captured like what I needed to capture. So it really is what it is. He's just a big ass shark acting like he's fucking a wolf in sheep's clothing.
All this could have been solved.
If what? I didn't roll down my window, and I submitted to you. I committed no crime.
Nobody said submit
This not a towable if you
didn't
I don't have.
You said your side.
Go ahead and your turn now.
Okay.
Okay. So why I ain't gotta lower my voice now, number one. Number two, yeah, this is about submitting because if I would have just gave you the thumbs up and said everything was okay, we would have never had no problems. You saw who was driving the car because you saw me roll down the fucking window, right?
When I came down Michigan, bro, I got my body cam on. You
It
don't have to worry
doesn't
about
matter. It doesn't matter. That's a FOIA.
Okay.
Go ahead.
When he came down the street, Inkster police car had lights and sirens, so I blocked traffic for him. Stop talking.
I didn't see that.
I let you talking.
I know that.
You see what I'm saying? You think that you're gonna tell me to stop talking? Fuck you. I don't have to ever stop talking. For what? This is you know how many people have been arrested in Detroit? I've seen this shit growing up, how people get arrested for saying, or they really be letting them niggas arrest them. Saying like, oh, I'm gonna lock you up. Keep talking. You wanna go to jail, you wanna go home. They'll lock you up, put you in handcuffs for talking. How degrading and dehumanizing is that? That shit is sick. Y'all sick, but he want me to stop talking. Fuck no, I'm not gonna stop talking. I'm a grown ass man, nigga. You stop talking. Why I gotta stop talking? Why you ain't lowering your voice? I'm about to arrest you. But if I touch you, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to jail, right? That's a felony, right? Right. That's what I thought.
I can still talk.
Hey,
I didn't see that.
All right,
I didn't
listen,
see that. I'm
trying
telling
to
you.
help you out, but I'll tell you
But
the
if we're gonna
vehicle.
convert,
I'm trying to help you out by not towing your vehicle. Why are we here then? If you don't want to tow it, then don't. So are you saying that you're only towing it based off the essence that I'm talking, or that I won't shut up, or I won't be quiet, or I won't comply, or I won't stop being so combative or aggressive or semi-hostile or confrontational? No, I'm not going to bow down and submit to you. I would never do that. I would rather roll over and die. That would never happen. Would you do that? Would you disarm yourself for me? No, the fuck you wouldn't. If I told you, let me check your gun, would you let me see it? No, you won't even let me see your fucking computer. But you want to see my ID. You want to see my social security card. You already got my social security number on your screen. You know my social security number. You got that shit. I don't know yours. You know my first name, last name, my birthday. You can see who my car registered to, whatever. If you're paying on it, if it's paid off, you can see everything. I don't know nothing about you. And I'm in private and you're in public, but I know nothing about you. All you got is your last name on your fucking ID, on your vest. That's it. But what do I know?
it's back and forth.
We're
You
not
can't.
conversing. I'm
Okay, then what is
explaining
it
to you
then? Then what is it?
that you're talking.
I know that. I can still talk.
Hey,
I didn't see that.
All
I didn't
listen,
see that. I'm
trying
telling
to
you.
help you out, but I'll tell you
But
the
if we're gonna
vehicle.
converse back and
If you're trying to help, I gotta say it again. If you're trying to help me out, you would have helped me out by not fucking harassing me to begin with. But again, this type of behavior, this type of rebellion against law enforcement or individuals in assumed authority, this shit is gonna get you this fucking result every fucking time. This the result you gonna get. You gonna get a result very, very similar to mine. I don't care if it's in the workplace. I don't care where the fuck it's at. Somebody who think they have power over you or dominion and control over you, and you tell them or show them and prove to them that it's completely the contrary, they're gonna do everything in their fucking power to make your life a living hell. That's why I'm no longer at my job now. Harassed and fired, harassed up the ass and fired, and nobody stood up for me. Nothing happened. No union represented me. Union everything. They didn't give a fuck. Very similar jobs as this. Very similar. Not in totality, but very similar. Nepotism. Yep. But he's trying to help me out though. But if I just shut the fuck up, let me guess I can keep my car. No, you can just tow it. That's like saying if you shut the fuck up, I won't kill you. Whoa, what? No, I'm not gonna shut the fuck up so you won't kill me. I'm gonna draw back down on you. Not, I'm saying not in this instance. I'm just saying that's basically how I take that.
We're not conversing. I'm
Okay, then what is
explaining
it
to you.
then? Then what is it?
I don't need.
So we're not talking back and forth. We're not conversing. This is not a conversation. Maybe loud, but we're not having a conversation back and forth. Oh, because you're in control. You're just explaining to me. You're your daddy. You're explaining to me what's going on. We're not going back and forth, son. Boy, what? Continue.
To explain myself to you.
Okay, then why we
You
explain
need
that
to
we can
stop
proceed?
All
I didn't
listen,
see that. I'm
trying
telling
to
you.
help you out, but I'll throw you
But
a
if we're going to
vehicle.
converse back and forth,
We're
you
not
can't.
conversing. I'm
Okay, then what is
explaining
it
to you.
then? Then what is it?
I don't need to explain myself to you.
Okay, then why we
You
explain
need
that
to
we can
stop for
proceed then? Because I
emergency
did
vehicle.
nothing wrong.
He said that he don't have to explain himself to me and that I need to stop for an emergency vehicle. What validity does that statement hold and why is it even in this conversation? I did stop for an emergency vehicle. I did. That's the why we're fucking here, because if I would have kept going, he would have got me for failure to yield to an emergency vehicle if I would have made that completed that turn. So what the fuck are you talking about? Okay.
Okay, but
It's that roll down my window. That's it. Either you had an attitude because you couldn't see the tip behind the window.
that's
I did nothing wrong.
No, I asked you if you had an emergency because you
No, you
flagged me
didn't.
down. Yes, I did.
I flagged you down.
When I went by, you went like this. I thought you needed something.
I
so
rolled down
So he admitted that I've stuck my head out the window. I did like this. He admitted I did like this, right?
the window and looked.
No, I didn't know what you did. So
Then what did you see me do?
I came back.
What did you-
I thought you needed something. So I came back to check on you.
Okay.
Number one, he is a fucking liar. We automatically know that he's lying, but this man is literally sitting up here lying and trying to manipulate me like I don't have fucking kids, nigga. I'm not stupid. You can't pull no wool over my eyes like I don't see, like I don't know what the teacher talking about type shit.
And that's when you had an attitude.
That's
Oh, shit. So it's about because I had an attitude when you came back and you did your U-turn. Because you wanted to see if that was really an attitude that I had. And when I came back, you saw that I really had an attitude, and now that's why we here. Okay, I got you.
called pretext. I'm not stupid. Come on.
Man, look.
Me do.
I came back.
Look,
I came
just
back.
look,
I
just
thought,
look.
I thought you needed something, so I came back to check on you.
Okay.
And that's when you had an attitude.
That's called pretext. I'm not stupid. Come on.
That's when you had an attitude, voice all jumpy. Listen, that whole body language turning away. Let me just see his body language
See me
turning
do.
away one more time.
I came back.
What did you-
I thought you needed something, so I came back to check on you.
Okay.
And that's when you had an attitude.
That's called pretext.
You
I'm
know
not
what-
stupid. Come on.
You know what he sound like? He literally sound like a lying ass nigga. I went back to check on you. You had attitude. You ain't want to talk, so I ended up going out with the boys. And then my phone was on accidentally do not disturb. Why was you out at 2 o'clock in the morning? I just told you you had an attitude. Do you think I'm not a fucking man? Like I'm not stupid? You cannot mind fuck me, bro. I tell my kids this shit all the time. Nigga, you cannot mind fuck me. Stop trying to mind fuck me, my dog. You not like, bro, I don't give a fuck what education you got. I don't give a fuck what quote unquote laws you know. You're not smarter than me, and you're not smarter than the average bear. When you wanna give me my flowers, you don't wanna give me my props, act like I'm not no fucking room temperature IQ ass nigga, and you wanna act like you Mr. Goldilocks and you so smart. You wanna play it like that? Now I'm gonna put you on blast. That's pretext right there. It's a pretextual stop automatically. So what you talking about? But continue, big dog.
Bro.
What is it? What's your height?
Oh nah, I'm bro. You think if I was white, I'd be bro? Y'all think if I was white, I'd be bro? You think if I was white, I'd be bro? Or if I was white, I'd be bro?
How you pronounce your last name?
Fayad.
Fayad. I'm not stupid, man.
Look at it. He said, Fayad looking like, please, man, can you just chill out? Nigga, no. You want to
Came
know?
back to check on you.
Okay.
And that's when you had an attitude.
That's called
His anxiety
pretext.
going
I'm
up.
not stupid. Come on.
Bro.
What is it? What's your, how you pronounce your last name?
Fayad.
Fayad. I'm not.
Look at he like Fayad. Listen, the more I watch this, I'm like, damn, I did take it there with you. But you know what? You started this shit. I'm the one that had to pay for it. Why the fuck should I feel sorry for this nigga? He didn't pay for nothing. I'm the only, he might have paid for the ego points, but I'm the only nigga who had to actually pay for it. 500 bones. So with that being said, I'm just confused if as like you're behaving this way and you want me to feel sorry for you. Now all of a sudden you got the boo-boo face like I'm just being mean. You started this. You started this. This is why I don't like y'all. This is why, because you do the shit that you do. You harass people for no reason based off your emotions and your ego, and I don't like that. That's not cool.
Stupid, man. I'm not, bro. I'm not, sir. I'm not stupid by
Nobody
far.
said you're
That's
stupid.
pretext.
Pretext for
You don't even deserve to be called sir. I don't even want sir even came out of my mouth, and I wanted to stop calling you bro because bro just sound ghetto, and I really wanted to call you something else, but I'm not. Because then guess what? Then I'm be arrested for disorderly conduct in front of my kids, cussing and profanity in front of, using profanity in front of women and children in public. Nah.
what?
Because I had an attitude. If I would have just simply,
That has nothing to do
if
with your
I would have
attitude.
simply
I thought you
submitted
had
to
an
you
submitted.
kindly,
Stop, bro. Get your
kindly.
kids, and then we can
Okay,
talk to you.
okay. Hop out the car. So now I'm getting my car towed because I didn't bow down and submit. He said he flagged me down. He said he flagged me. I flagged him down, which I did not. He's a liar. So now this school resource. Now I'm getting my car towed. This is what I pay my tax dollars to. So
Oh, that's a school resource officer. Yep, he sure was.
now he got his homeboy coming.
Look, yeah, 60 deep. Yeah, he got more coming. So at this point, basically, a lot of them basically show up. Like, let me think. I mean, we're gonna fast forward a little bit because that's basically towards the end of the video. As you can see, basically, I think it was like 4 or 5 of them. Then there was another car that was driving around in the background that was trying to be inconspicuous, but motherfucker, I can clearly see it's day. You a police car. You got police rims, police tires, police hubcaps, police lights, police brakes. I can literally hear the police squeaking that bitch. So it's like, you're not smart, goofy ball. I see you. So yeah, they told me up real good. And here's what he had to say. Driver's license.
You've been issued a citation for no insurance, which is a misdemeanor.
You've been issued a citation for no insurance, which is a misdemeanor. I asked him, does he have my CPL license? He said, no, I gave it back to you.
You've been issued for tinted windows.
He's getting me for tinted windows and distracted driving. I got 14 days or something with the court. I don't know what he said on that part. He's like, man, why do I have to be an asshole and do this, man, in front of my boys? Because you're an asshole for no reason.
Where's my car going? What? I don't understand what you're saying. I'm asking you a question. I'm not talking. Okay, who am I talking? Who am I asking? What's the
Who am I
address?
talking to? He said, I'm going to give you a business card as soon as I'm done. So, in conclusion, we learn a lot from this, right? We learned that probably sticking our head out the window at the police is probably a bad idea if you're anybody else other than me, because I don't give a fuck. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I did nothing wrong. I committed no crime whatsoever. There is no victim. You are not a victim whatsoever. The state cannot be the victim. I did nothing wrong. There was no nothing. There was nothing there. And for this shit to cost me $500, which is absolutely insane, but eventually it's gonna cost me more than $500 because what, I have to go to court. So is he gonna pay for it? No. So why the fuck should I feel sorry for verbally beating up on him? He started this shit. He harassing me. He's stealing my fucking car. The nigga is literally stealing my fucking car. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Be nice to a nigga who's stealing from me? Fuck no, I ain't being no nice to no nigga who's stealing from me. So we got the distracted driving, right? We got distracted driving, we got tinted windows, and we have no insurance. He not gonna pay the insurance. He got me for distracted driving, so forth and so on. That's the conclusion. So, what will I be doing in the near future? Will I be filing a complaint on this individual? Absolutely. But we're gonna wait till everything resumes itself out in court or whatever. I will be obtaining the body cam footage because I do want to see what the fuck he was talking about because he thinks he fucking slick. I know something greasy going on with him and his homegirls. I absolutely know that. Why would he try to? I don't know why he would try to pick a fight like this. I don't know why because I did nothing to him, and that's what makes the bite gonna be even that much more vicious because he dead fucking wrong and he foul. And a man like this should not be trusted. I would never trust him around my kids or your kids or nobody else's kids. You can't trust him. He's not acting off his true intentions and he's not being pure. He's not being authentic. You know what he's been? He's been a coward. He's been a pussy. He's been a punk. And he's being a follower. And he's being an ego fucking maniac. That's what you mean. And you should be fucking literally a fucking shame to yourself. But you know what? This shit is not surprising. Well, first, let's look up his name. What does his name say? Was it Fayad? He said his last name was Fayad. It says he has a personality number 8. People with the name Fayad are bold, materialistic, but rigid too. He looks a little materialistic by the way his fucking hair is cropped to the fucking side. I can absolutely believe that. They have strong willpower. They love power, authority, and leadership. No fucking way. Person with Fayad having 8 as personality number are good planners and very good at business. This is not a good business move. They are analytical, intellectual, and determined. Yes, he was definitely determined to fucking pull me over and to give me a fucking ticket. I don't give a fuck what he was saying. Even if he wasn't gonna tow the car, he was gonna give me a ticket somehow, some way. And he ain't stupid. He intellectual. He ain't no dummy. He ain't smart as me, but he ain't no dummy. Yeah, he got me for the distracted driving, being on the phone, so forth, recording his ass. Okay, yeah, maybe let's see. He may be more intellectual than myself. Okay, sure. He's religious. Efficient. He's definitely efficient. Trustworthy, negative, and compassionate. He was trying to show some. Let me guess. He's trying to show me some compassion when he said he's really not trying to tow my car. But if I shut the fuck up, everything gonna be okay. No, nigga, you fucking wrong. You fucking wrong. Point blank. Period. You fucking wrong. But most importantly, what else do we learn? We learned that nothing that this man did was illegal. Why? Wren versus United States, 1996. Actually, this was June 10th, 1996, if I'm not mistaken, was a case in the major U.S. Supreme Court decision that expanded police powers, especially in traffic stops. What did the court say? The court held unanimously that as long as a police officer has a reasonable cause to believe a traffic stop occurred, they can stop a vehicle, even if they have an ulterior motive, like you sticking your head out the window, you sticking up the middle finger, or whatever. They can still pull you over if they have reasonable cause to pull you over and a violation has occurred or is actually occurring. So even if they have an ulterior motive, like wanting to investigate you for further things like drugs or weapons. In other words, if an officer sees you commit any traffic infraction, even a minor one, not using your turn signal, they are constitutionally allowed to pull you over, even if the real reason is something entirely else. That's a fact. So that's what this was. So he could pull me over. This is legal. It don't matter what if he was mad at me or not. Everything he did was lawful. Might have violated some policies, maybe, but it was lawful. That's weak and that's sad. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. Am I wrong? Should I just have shut the fuck up so I could have kept my car? Or was this man flat out wrong and then I feel like that maybe he should receive some type of discipline because he's flat out wrong. And if he'd do this to me, he'd do this to anybody else. Imagine what he probably would have did a fucking couple. Imagine what would have happened fucking 70 years ago. Me talking like that with my kids in the car, afternoon or not. That's sad. And that's the way that it used to be. And now they don't do you exactly like that. They do it to you financially. And he's fucking wrong. And he should pay my $500 back. But I don't know. Y'all tell me. Am I wrong? Am I right? Did I do too fucking much? Was he the good guy? Was he writing all of this? Should I just shut up? Was he actually trying to be nice and I was just running my big old fucking black mouth? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. Let me know. I don't know. But I'm going to be a stand-up guy in front of my kids no matter what. And you're not going to have me down on my knees in front of you. That'll never happen. You was wrong. You was wrong, point blank period. But you're not going to apologize. He was never going to apologize. I know that. And neither am I. We're just going to be butting heads. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I got my car back, but it cost me $500, and it wasn't pretty. But let me know what you think. Have a war in the comments if you want. I really don't care. We'll even see what happens. We'll even see who sees this. We'll even see if I even make this into a video, if I even publish it. But I feel like somebody should know. I could have sent it off to somebody else to do it, but I'd rather do it my fucking self. I'll catch y'all later. Goodbye.